It's the Beast Morphers video I told you about yesterday. Yeah, doing one video per day. This should be done, okay, but this one won't be out until later, and that's a promise because 21% battery, it says up in the corner there, and that is obviously not enough to get all 5 done. And I'm just gonna have to do one because this one's got 3 modes. So I'll do red, blue, yellow, gold, silver. But that's gonna be future me doing it. So let's just get on with. Look, here's the Beast Racers, or I think it's called. I haven't watched Beast Morphers in some time. Ooh, wait, that's not good. Is that supposed to happen? Nope, that's not supposed to happen. Or is it? I'm not sure. Front wheels have opened up slightly. I don't know whether that's supposed to happen. Anyway, let's just get to the basic thing. Why haven't I installed the cheetah head on the front of the car? Well, this opens. And that's literally all that stops it from falling out. Here it is. Just to prove that I have it. It's got a nice opening mouth, actually. Bit difficult to open, though, in my opinion. You need to... Now, there's no clip or anything. This is the only clip that's keeping it in place. It's not like a proper, thing that slots into it. It's the thing that hangs like this, literally like this. This bit is used for the Megazord, and this is the only thing that's keeping it from in there. So on that note, I definitely prefer the GoBusters version. But in second, this tail thing is not very secure because there's a clip there just opened. It's not very secure in the slightest. It does come out, but I did put it in there, but I won't be inserting it for the cheetah mode. I might do, I don't know. Speaking of cheetah mode, let's get to transforming it. Right, first thing I do, front panels of the car, they go underneath like this, same with the other side like this. And legs fall down, ooh. And there's a cheetah pattern here too. I don't mind this new transformation, but I would have preferred it to work like the back legs, which we'll get to in a minute. Same happens on this side. And for the back legs, you fold these wheel parts down here, and then these parts come out, and then within that is a foot, and that just folds down like that. Then you do the same thing on the other side. And the boom, you've got cheetah mode. Now cheetah mode, I really do not mind this mode, except they made it look a bit awkward. I think in GoBusters it still has this car top part, but yeah. If I were in charge, if I were to make these Zords, I would have made it this kind of disappear slightly, not make it look as if it's a car, but it's a cheetah. I don't mind the cheetah mode. They could have pulled this off a bit better though. It just literally just looks like a car on legs. They could have fixed that, but again, can't help that. The head mode, can't fix that. That goes in the side, goes at front, side. And the back spoiler part, what you do is you fold side of the blade this way. I do like how this is executed though. And then you fold this up slightly like this, and that's a tail, but again, I'm not going to insert that. So yeah, Megazord mode, all you have to do is fold the legs in, basically just transform it back into car mode, but you don't need to do anything with the head or the tail. So let's just get back, front legs, hind legs. You can also do this if you want, look, you can fold it in like this. So what you do now, also before we get on, arms, they fold out in this mode as well. It's hilarious. Right, first thing is if you know what GoBusters is, you know what I'm going to try and do here. You fold open the front of the car. Oh, camera's wonky actually. Let's fix that there. Fold open the front of the car. It's actually much harder than it looks. What you do is you fold. Well, let's just get into perspective. Look. You fold the legs down and into position, so it's angled, so it looks like the legs. So these front parts of the legs. These are hollow. I can understand that though. So we do the other side. This is much more difficult than it looks. So you can see here's the main body of the Megazord. These are feet. They come up. He stands on his own now. He's a bloke who stands on his own, to quote one of my early videos. And this takes me back to having to angle the camera pulled a flipping way. So here we are. And you split this top part down. Then you spin them around. You can see here's the connector ports for the stag and the Jackrabbit. They call it Jackrabbit. Well, I don't know why they changed it to not just Rabbit. Front hole here. Actually, I was wrong. This top part here is used on this, but again, right, that clips into the front here. Much more secure connection to the car, or compared to the car of the cheetah. Then you fold the arms down like this, and you have to spin them around. Yeah, this guy doesn't always want to stand. There's an impressive amount of articulation here, but not so much in the legs. Okay, the legs, but the legs do have articulation. This spins. Oh, I don't know. I don't know how a company should use articulation. Then what you do for the head? Grey part comes up. That's a spike. And you move these glasses parts to the front. That's supposed to be sunglasses, which resembles the Go Busters visors. Then this comes up. The fact that you lift this head up only happens on this formation. I should know. There's a big moulding line down the side of the head, which I don't really like. So yeah, that's the I forgot what it's called. Also, articulation in the arms. How amazing is that? So yeah, this is finished, and the sword is the cheetah tail, but folded out all the way like this. And that's it for this formation. I'm gonna have to stop now because 11% battery. Yeah. It's the second part of the video, and well, like it's the Beast Wheelers in it. The cheetah sword was done earlier. There's actually quite a bit of a time gap here because the cheetah was always done before I went out to get my hair cut. And then I've only just come out of the shower because I have a shower every time I have a haircut. So yeah. So that's why just a bit of a time gap in between. So yeah, camera needed charging up. It's now got 100% battery. Let's get on with. This truck has got a grey grille piece up front. And now this is actually pulled off correctly, and it's easier to transform with this, unlike the cheetah one, which uses friction. So of course you have the cheetah head, the gorilla head here. It's very nice. It's got two connectors. Obviously both connectors are used. It's got like an air tank on him. So yeah, what you do is you fold the grill piece down. It says black on the other end. Goes underneath, which is nice. And you've got a peg inside. And hold on, let's just reposition that. Right, peg comes up like this, and then you just slot the gorilla head on like that. So here is this. So yes, I only have one wheel thing because I didn't really want to be looking for the other one. And yes, the gorilla body is seriously stored on the thing like this, and that makes it wonk. Doesn't make the real big, doesn't make it, but you can remove it, but it's you are instructed to do this in the instructions, hence why they're called instructions. Right, let's go with the gorilla transformation. What you do is you pull the back part off. So this piece is separate. Then you split them like this. They've got two pieces, and then you fold the wheels into the back. No, I think keep them out. I'm not sure. I've forgotten. But yeah, there's feet. And then what you do is you remove the turn it upside down and remove the body part, and then you connect the it's like a little mini Megazord actually. Connect the these feet together. Now this is obviously different to the Japanese version because the Japanese version was like leaning over slightly, but for some reason they added like this, which doesn't make any sense at all. Right, and now for this side, remove this wheel here. You remove both wheels, but I've only got one here, hence why I've only got one. Right, you remove this. Like a satisfying sound that is, good grief. And then on these, you just fold the silver parts that are covering this Go Busters thing, and then you split that in half, and then you open up the connectors, and then spin the bottom, and then the fists are inside the bottom component. And then do the same on this side. So the connectors are a bit hard to come out, but they do come out. So yeah, what you do now is you grab the remaining part. You can spin the head upside down, but I'm going to choose not to. And then you slide this piece up, which is the head. And then you can move this up if you want. I'm just going to leave it down. And then you attach the arms to the sides of this, which is weird because it should be attached to his shoulders. That's not a shoulder. You carry it on there, and then there's a connector on the bottom. Now this is actually really difficult. It's really difficult to remove as well, so let's just take it off camera so we can do it like this. There. As you can tell by that connection, here is the Gorilla Bee spot. Oh, actually, what you do is not be spot sword. You can attach the wheels on to the side, like that slides on. This is the Gorilla Zord. It's quite a big chunky thing. There's a lot of articulation, as you might have guessed already. It's massive. Now, what's not so impressive is it looks different to the Japanese version, whereas everyone else looks fairly accurate. Of course, it's missing of this, but I won't be bothered too much. The fact that these are like small cannons in the show, oh, actually, if you look here, it's almost like they intended for this to be the final transmission design, because you can move these parts. It's just they're upside down, and I think, can you put them upside down? Yes, you can. They just won't slide in. So yeah, that's how it was supposed to transform originally in Go Busters, but they changed it to not. Now we've got. Oh, we can move the camera down. Helicopter. This is the Jack Rabbit Zord, or Rabbit Zord. Helicopter. There's only one thing that's amiss about this one. The cockpit. It does not look like this on the show, or Go Busters. It looks more like this, empty. So what you're supposed to do is remove this, obviously. For Rabbit mode, you remove the helmet, or the rotor side, actually it's the helmet as well. And then you remove the tummy, or the other part of the helmet, because, well, it's just awkward. These parts move up and down, and I don't know why they couldn't make it work around that. Move the legs down. They've got guns on them, which I do like. Back fin, that moves down. And you can see there's connectors here. And at the bottom, they split in half, like this. And then you stick it on the floor. Table. You move these rotors back, so they're rabbit ears. Then these two connection pegs actually connect the helmet, and you've got to move the blades on the helmet up like this. So how they look on the Go Buster or Beast X Megs. Beast X Megs is actually quite a lazy name actually, but whatever. And then what you do is you attach the other part tummy back to the tummy of the Jack Rabbit. So let me just do that quickly. Here we go. There we are. And then all you've got to do now is you've got to insert the head the other way around. So you can see here's the rabbit half, here's the helmet half. Slides in there, and here's the Jack Rabbit. Now this one actually looks like how it does on the show and in Beast Morphers. The tummy of the helicopter would stop it from like moving around, but that won't happen because I don't think that really hinders it. Oh, actually, I was going to say what won't hinder anything because there's no wheels. I've just realised that there are some wheels on the front legs, so that's a fail, Hasbro. So now, before we get to doing the Beast X Megazord, I've going to do the others also. So let's just grab them now because they're on the floor. Beast Wreckazord now, except it's not a wrecking ball, it's a crane. I don't know why they called it Wrecker actually. Feels a bit strange now I'm saying that actually. Right, here we go. Here it is. Don't fall off now. Oh, I'll put the wipes next to go say more for them. It nearly fell off. This can be moved up and down, which is all good. I do like that. This is the longest, actually. That's how long it is. Can't even fit it on camera. Let's just move the these goblins back so we can fit them on camera on the frame, of course. But I've got to move the ghostly morph above it falls on the floor. Second-hand ones go for like way too much money. We've got one of these plastic storage like Tupperware like units we bought from Home Bargains. Hopefully that works better. It does! Hooray! Right, let's do the Mantis formation. Right, it'll be easy to remove this piece first. You don't have to, but I'm going to anyway. On this, you split this in half. It's the crane part. You split it in half, so it's like a mantis. I'm not sure what it's called, but I'm not like an animal logic person. And then what you do is you open these parts here so they fold in around quickly, like this. And these pieces cover their space, like this. And then you're supposed to move these pegs and stick the legs on them as blades, but I don't know where they are, so I'm not going to look for them. And then you attach the crane and rotate it back, and then you're supposed to like articulate this up. This is the Mantis Zord. I'm not sure, but I don't know if that's accurate to the Japanese version. I haven't really looked at the Japanese version yet. I don't even know I have books on it. Red eyes. I don't know if that's impressive or not. Let's just do the Megazord version. Let's not stay on this. So you remove the Mantis crane thing. This stays as it is though, so see there. And then you're supposed to move the pegs back into place, you know, forward, like this, just so they're not facing outwards. And what you do is you press on these, and then, yeah, you're supposed to press on these, press on them upwards, and then fold the feet out. And then what you do is you spin this around. You've got 2 gold buttons here. You're supposed to split this open here and then press on 1 controls per leg. Then there's a leg. So then that gives it more height, as you can see. Then you push this peg in, open these 2 pieces, open the mantis head so it goes off to the side. Angle this back down. Open this door here, and you've got a head in there. So you fold the head out, and then you push the crane piece inside, then close it so it locks it. And then you fold the arms down, so you've got a fist, you've got a fist of the structural cranomatics thing. And then of course you have to fold the this horn up. So yeah, this is, oh, I'm not sure what it's called actually. It's called Buster Hercules, I think, on the Japanese Go Busters. I've forgotten what it's called in America, so that's a good start. So let's get on with the Stag Zord now. Let's move you out of the way and get to the Stag Zord. Moving the camera back down, of course. This is the Stag Zord, it's a jet. Yeah, you figured that out, haven't you? Yeah, for some reason, based on this version and the Japanese version, they've left the this helmet so like blatantly obvious. You can tell it's the helmet for the other one, which I don't think they're trying to keep a very good secret. I'm actually looking at this now, and actually vaguely reminds me of the Don Brothers helmets. Ooh, maybe that was an inspiration for Don Brothers. Ooh, I'm not sure actually. It could be likely, I'm not sure. So what you do is transform to stag mode, fold the nose cone into this space here, then you open the claws. Actually, it'll be easy to do that, 'cause I think these are like the stag's legs, I'm not sure. Fold open the claws, like that. Oh no, these are his legs. You fold up the wings, and you've got his legs. Do the same on that side. Stag Zord. Okay. It's spring loaded on the Japanese version, and I didn't really like that. So the fact they've made it physical makes me a very happy boy. So yeah, you can do it. You can do it like this. You can grab the camera. Yeah, it does work. You can grab the camera. Ooh, look, it's the camera trick. Right. So what do you do for this next? Right, you can do a combination with Go Buster Ace and Go Buster and Hercules. No, it's Buster. No, it's called Buster Beat. I'm just going to refer to them as the flipping Japanese names. I can't do the American names because I've forgotten them. You can do a combination with this for Ace and Beat called Go Buster Ace Stag Custom, and I've forgotten. I think Buster Beats one is Buster Hercules. So let's just do that now. Okay, for Ace, what you do is you split these in half. Oh, it's pretty tough. Then you pull this off like this, and you remove this helmet piece. And you move that for both. For Ace, this piece is left untouched, so you go over there, mate. Then you combine these 2 pieces into like a very teeny tiny, what looks like a teeny tiny Stag Zord. Fold these wings down, and then fold these pieces in, but keep the legs open like for stag mode, so it looks like a half jet, half stag. So you've now got like a stag arm thing. For Ace, you've got to have one of these. There's 2 pegs you see here. You've got to have one of those up. Preferably this one. I think it's this one at least. Hopefully I'm not going insane. Now, let's just do the other one just so I don't go mad later. And then this nose cone is kept outwards, and this is its weapon. I'm not going to be inserting the weapon because why should I? Here's Ace up here. So what you do for Ace here is, well, firstly you push his head down. Seriously, that's the first step. And then what you do is you do a classic Engine / Power Rangers RPM. What's it called? High Octane Megazord. Fold the arm in like this and fold this up so it resembles how Engine like Burka, Gunpowder, and all that looks. And then what you do is you attach the Stag Zord you just made onto his arm socket, so it's now got like a great big, massive what's it called? Great big, massive it's top heavy. Oh, I hadn't realised that. Oh no, that's going to be a problem. Can we angle the legs so it fits? Ooh. Right, I think that's done it. Okay, that's done it. I've had that angle the leg so it doesn't fall over because this is top heavy. Yeah, so it looks like he's got like a. Oh no, that's not supposed to be in there. He looks like he's got like like a robot. I forgot what the prosthetic arm. That's it, prosthetic arm. So yes, this is his weapon. See? He's drunk. I don't know who at Hasbro decided not to, it doesn't say anywhere in the instructions that you can use the support clip on the back, because they did use one of them for the bigger things, but when trying this combination out now, this is way too heavy. Like, who thought that that was a good idea? Let's get you back into position, mate, so we can get on to the next thing. Right, you go back up there. And I'll keep this as it is, because it's literally just the same thing, except you need the black piece from before. What you do with Beat here, Blonk, is you just fold this great black peg open, and now this is really, really tough. If you don't have any fingernails, because I had mine cut recently, or nearly all of them cut, yeah, this is going to be a super big problem. Like, that's folded out now. What you do is you attach, hang on, stag with, not these clips here, but these clips here, onto this like clip. Like, see here's like indentations that fits with these two like clips here. So what you do is you, whoa, okay, you attach him onto his arm like some kind of naturist or something. Not naturist, that's the wrong term. I'm thinking of like how owls stand on like gloves, definitely not that kind of naturist. Good grief. I've just accidentally made it like I've done a Jamie Ricks and introduced a different topic. This is still his weapon though. It's like a big claw in his hand. Now this is a much better design in my opinion. I like this claw on as like a front, like an additional weapon, a lot more than I prefer the a lot more than I like the ace formation. But what you do with this black piece, though, you probably figured it out already if you've watched Go Busters or have, just use your powers of deduction. This goes on the front here, and of course the head, if we can get the camera to be just right to move that forward slightly, move this up there. These red and gold pieces actually fold upwards like this. Hooray! So yeah, we return to the Beast Morphers stuff. Now, in the last jump cut, I had a bit of a fiddle with this, and I think I got the sound that plays for the Gokaija DS game reservation bonus Gokai Red Key, and I'll put that sound in the what he said. I think what he said, at least, in the title card now. Okay, that's done. Let's get on with the, you know, Go Bustero. So let's retransform this bloke quickly. Now, Go Bustero, if you don't already know, he just uses red, blue, and yellow. So we're just going to be doing combination with them. So in other words, we don't need to worry about the other ones. And then the other one will be Great Go Buster, and then we can finish. Well, I can finish. What mode do we have him in? Jet. Yeah, I'll have him in Jet since I'm close to having Jet in it. I think the mode doesn't matter when it comes to doing the Megazord, like proper Megazord formation. Right. Let's bring Ace back in. Plonk. Right, here he is. Let's do the transformation. Right, first remove the cheetah head. Ouch. And then what you do is you fold up the hands and arms, twist them around like that. And of course what you do, of course, is you fold the glasses open and then just fold the spike down. So that's what you do. And the cheetah head goes on, I think it goes on the, I'm not sure, but using the clips, I think it goes on the right hand side. I don't know. And what you do, of course, is you fold the feet down like that. So we might be able to stand, but not for long, because bringing the gorilla in, remove the wheels, remove his head for the time being. We will be attaching that. I'll remove his hands, remove the head part, and remove the leg parts. It's just basically just a pile of scrap metal, and this is the only bit you should have. You've got on the side there, mate. So what do you do? Right, for the leg parts, turn them upside down, fold the wheels in. Do that for this side as well. And then for the these hands, fold the pegs in, turn them upside down, fold it how it was before. You know, turn the these bits upside down, how they were before, and fold the hands in. And then you've got to, no, not that side, it's this one, isn't it? And then you connect, if you hold them like this, you've got to turn the upside down piece, you've got to turn the leg upside down here. And holding the arm like this, you've got to connect them like this. So now you've got a leg for Go Buster. Oh! And the camera's been knocked over again, but luckily we're fine. And we do the exact same thing with the other arm and leg, so let's go and do that quickly. Connect. Connect. And then you've got 2 legs. So let's get them on Go Buster Ace. And they just slide in, hopefully with minimal worries. There we are. So now he's going to be quite tall. Right. And then what do you do? Well, lads, what you do with this piece is you actually move him back and move the camera to the table, actually. What you do for this is you keep this as it is, but reattach the gorilla head, but close the visor. I think that's what you do at least. And then you have got to move these connector pieces out here. And then with these wheels, you've got to move the connector pegs to the side, like this. And then slide them in place on, wait a minute, move the head. Hang on. And then slide them on, hopefully. There we are. It's made a bit more difficult because it's the American version. And then you reattach the head. I know it's upside down, I forgot. I think we put it on upside down. That's my fault. And then you attach it to the front of the chest for the Go Buster for Ace. And then of course if you spin it around you can use this with the clip and this hole as like a thing that keeps it standing. I don't think it works, but it looks awkward because if you look here it's like peeking out from the back, as you can see. And now what you do for the rabbit, let's introduce it. Remove the ears, remove the head, remove the front piece, remove the helmet, top front, remove the helmet, the back, and split these 2 pieces, and remove these like jet pieces as well. And remove these 2, and you split open these 2 pieces. What you do now is you take this head and attach it to the free part of his arms top. And then for the arms here, you spin this top part around, and that brings the clip out. And you've got fists in there, but I'm not going to bother trying to get them out. Now for this fist, you can reattach the rotor blades like this. And then using the square pegs connectors, you attach them onto there. And then you do the exact same thing with this one, with the other one there. And then what you do for the sword, here's the sword, you've got these 2 clips, right? You attach these like jet pieces to the side. So it looks a bit like this, and that's a sword. And then of course you connect these 2 helmet pieces together, front and back. Now all this does is just slide over his head. It's not the most impressive, as it could just clip onto the front, but whatever. I suppose it looks better on like a stand or something, but I'm not that type of person. And of course you've got this remaining piece here. You can of course spin this round and use the peg on this side, attach it into the hole. Yeah, you can tell sort of it was supposed to just be the yellow one and not the blue thing. It just looks more cumbersome like this. It's not supposed to be able to wobble around like that. So, move on to the most difficult Megazord combination you've ever seen, in my videos at least. Great Go Buster. So, Yeah, this is going to be difficult. What you've got to do is if you remove him from the camera, because if I don't, he'll just fall over. So just look at the desk for a minute. Yeah, you remove his helmet like this. You remove his arms like this, and you also remove the rotors like this. Just for the hell of it, removing the back piece. This is just going to stay exactly the same. So I'm just going to remove both again. The sword stays the same. You remove the gorilla head. You also, I'm going to also remove the gorilla legs just for the time being, because you get involved using the Beat Buster. So what you do for Beat Buster is this: is you fold this in, you open the front, remove his arms, fold his head in, fold the top part, fold the bottom part, close this up, and then you press on this blue button here, and that separates, and it takes quite a lot of force actually, so you're doing a Skylander swap force. Here's a set of legs now, and then you separate both of these, fold the feet in, press on the buttons to slide them into place, do the same on the other side. And now these are boosters for his feet. So what you do is you connect blue to gold. And it takes quite a lot of force to do so, using the holes at the bottom and the clips on front here. So now you should have 2 feet that looks a bit like this. And then as soon as we reinsert them into the ace, we're able to stand him up. Ugh. Ready to see how tall he is? Because I'm not. He is taking over the world, and what I mean by that is, of course, he's taken over every part of the map. So the crane piece just gets straightened out. I'm just going to do the sword piece first, why not? Then you attach the sword to the hole at the top. Hopefully you can see that there, to the hole, the square hole there, like that. And then you've got a sort of handle thing that comes out to the side there. I'm not going to mess with that. The helmet splits, and then the front part, goes to Earth's helmet, gets attached to the front of this. So on you go. You see this? This is his weapon. This massive long device is his weapon. It's like a stick of mass destruction. Right, so what you do now is you put the big weapon down next to the pirates, because you don't want that to fall on the floor. I've still got to hack that for a future video. I know I'm teasing you, and yes, it will happen. There's just going to be this video, I think. A few mini dash videos, and then we'll get to it. Mini dash is like a form of like flash game. Don't know if you've heard of it, but I found it good. It's a good game. Right, what you do now is you grab the Stag Sword, split that apart into all pieces. You know, like how you did with the last 2 combinations. The previous 2 combinations. No, not them. Each side involves you peg, wing. This is an arm. Let's quickly do the other arm at the speed of light. No, I'm not a T-Racer. Gah. Like that. So you can see here he's got 2 blue arms. Nearly called them yellow there. So what do you do now, Mr. Governor? Right, what you do now is, of course, you get the black jet here and attach the bunny rabbit ears to it. It's the same connector in it. And then you open them slightly just so they look nicer. This is it. This goes on the front. Yes, you cannot see his head anymore. That's going to be a problem for later. Actually, I'm just going to show you it later. Right, yes, he really is that tall. He's the tallest Megazord combination I think I've ever owned. This is still a weapon though, so that's a disappointment for me slightly. The back part is the most interesting to do because I've got to show the back of it. Look, there's a rail system on the back, as you can see. That back part there. what you do is you turn this upside down and you attach the yellow arms to it. So it looks a bit like this. And then you move Ace, turn around, and then that thing there is a rail system above the connection clip. With some luck, this will go in straight away. There we are. I don't think this is top heavy. I think the feet are actually keeping it in place. So well done, Hasbro, for figuring that one through. Right. He now looks like this. I'll show you how tall he is in a minute. Right, and of course the gorilla head using the small clip goes on the top of this. So let me just do that quickly. There we are. So now it looks a bit like that. And then what you do is the last bit you do actually, back part, front part for the head, helmet, connect them together. With some luck we'll do it straight away. Oh come on, don't fail me now. Yes. Now this actually sticks out quite a bit. Doesn't even try to colour it differently. Right, anyway, this goes on here. Come on, don't fail me now. I've now got to do a jump cut while I reassemble this. I had a feeling this would happen. Reassembled it. Actually took quicker than I thought. Ready to see how big he is? Okay. Yes, he's big. He is absolutely flipping massive. This is head. This is the back part. Yes. Oh no, I can't. I'm not going to do that. Do I look like I keep a ranger to you? No. Yeah. So this is quite an interesting Megazord to pull off. I don't know what made Hasbro think we were able to do this, because normally they would have scaled the things down a bit, but as far as I can tell, no features were changed too much in all these Zords. I think some of them are pretty accurate to the Japanese versions, like the rabbit. I think actually, strictly speaking, that's the only one that's directly accurate to the Japanese version. The other ones do cut it pretty close though. So hey, what are you gonna do? I've now got to find a way to store this. Looking at where I store them. In the meantime, Yo no Megaforce.